All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our webinar.
Hi, guys. Happy Tuesday evening.
Yep. So my name is Anika, and I have with me Danielle. We are both teachers in Milan in our Meravigli school. So whenever you join us, please tell us about where you are, what's your name, just introduce yourselves. And in the meantime, maybe we can start by introducing ourselves. So my name is Anika, as I said before, and I am from Bangladesh originally, and I've been living in Italy for almost 6 years now. And yeah, that's a bit about me. What about you, Danielle?
Yep, I didn't know you'd been living in Italy for so long. It's quite a long time.
It's been a while, yeah.
Yeah. So yes, I'm Danielle, and I'm Australian, and I've been living in Italy for 18 months. And before, so Anika and I are both work at the Meravigli School in Milan.
Yeah.
So
I haven't seen you in a while, Danielle. How are you doing? Is everything
I'm
good?
okay. Yeah, obviously
Right.
just spending lots of time at home like everyone else. How about you?
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, a little more used to the situation than before. So
Yep,
good.
definitely. We hope that all of you watching, whether now or later, are all doing okay as well, staying strong during this strange time.
Yeah. So today we're going to talk about at the station. So something to notice in the title here today is the preposition at the station. So very often when you talk about a place, you say at. For example, let's meet at the mall, or let's meet at the supermarket. Okay.
Yeah.
So here is a rough plan. So today we are going to talk about travel vocabulary, buying a ticket, and requesting. Okay, so let's get started. So we have some questions here that we want to talk about. So if there's anyone watching, also please feel free to write some comments on these questions if you want to participate.
Yep. And to all of the questions that we ask, please, if you want to answer them, and also ask us questions in general so we can help you with whatever you're thinking.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so here we have some questions that we can discuss in the meantime. So Danielle, do you want to read the questions?
Sure. We have 3 questions. The first one, is there a train station in your town? What's it called? And the second one, how often do you travel by train? Pardon me. And the third one, what train travel vocabulary do you know? Right. So 3 general questions.
Yeah.
Anika, is there a train station in your town in Bangladesh?
Yes, I used to live in Dhaka, which is the capital of Bangladesh. So there were a few train stations, but surprisingly enough, I mean, it may sound strange, but I've never taken the train when I was there. I've taken long distance buses and ferries, but never the train.
Is it not
Um,
common? Is it not common, or because you didn't need to?
I just didn't need to. I hear it's common, but yeah, I haven't really traveled as much as I would have liked to when I was there. So yeah, I still have to explore uh, Bangladesh a little more. And what about where you used to live in Australia? Were there train stations?
Yes, there were lots of train stations. So I'm from Perth, which is a city on the west coast of Australia. And the
Hmm.
population is about the same as Milan's. So it's a sort of
Yeah.
normal sized city. So there are lots of train stations, and I used to catch the train quite a lot. Okay, so yeah. So guys, with the verb you use with train, you can use take the train or catch the train.
But then I remember when I used to live in Malaysia, before I moved to Italy, I used to take the train sometimes. Um, there was a time when I used to work at a place that was far from where I lived, so I had to take the train every day.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I used to do that as well sometimes to go
Yeah.
to work. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, what about in Milan? So, in Italy now.
Mhm.
We've got someone who's commented. Hi, I've got Mr. Simpatia. Okay. Tell us where you are, where you're watching from. So yeah, Anika,
Yeah.
from Milan, do you use the train often?
At the moment, I don't because I often take the metro or the bus because I'm pretty close to the center, so I don't have to take the long distance trains. But there are so many around in Milan. There is the Central Station, Garibaldi Station, and then there's Lambrata Station.
Yeah, there's
Do you
lots.
have to take the train in Milan?
No, I take the train when I go somewhere else, go to
Hmm.
another town, but not I don't take the train in Milan. So we've got a question from one of our watchers. What's your name? So
Hey,
our name, I'm Danielle.
and I'm Anika.
Yeah. You can probably see our names near our pictures, near our photos. And we also have Joris from Lyon. Welcome. Great to have someone from France watching. I love Lyon. I think it's a beautiful city.
Have you been there?
Yes, I went there for
Oh,
Easter 4
hmm.
years ago.
Oh,
I went
cool.
there for 4 days.
Hmm.
Very good. So, Joris and Mr. Sympathia, tell us your answers to these questions.
Hmm.
Is there a train station in your town? What's it called? And how often do you travel by train?
Yeah. And so, which town or city are you from, Mr. Sympathia?
Yeah,
So,
you tell us where you're from. And
yeah.
don't apologize. That's okay. You asked a good question what our names were. So you don't need to say sorry. Also, guys, think about the third question. So, what train vocabulary do you know? Right, what words do you know about trains? Okay, there's
Hmm.
lots of different words.
Okay.
Oh, Miss, he lives in the mountains. Very
Yeah.
nice.
Okay.
Okay, it's probably a nicer place to be than Milan at the moment. Maybe there's a bit of fresh air.
Yeah.
Mm.
I love the mountains. It's always nice in every season. So I think more common word would be live. So I live in Milan is just
Yeah,
more common to
yeah.
say.
So we say I live in the
Yeah.
mountains. Mm-hmm.
So abide is like a very formal word.
Yeah, very formal. All right.
Okay.
Does anyone know any sort of train vocabulary?
Okay.
Maybe we should give some examples.
Okay. So think of the places or the things around the train, or before you enter the train. What can you see? Where do you have to wait for the train?
Yeah.
So those might give you some ideas.
Yeah. Okay, we should. So, something important to get the train, you need a ticket,
Mm-hmm.
right? You need to buy a ticket. Yeah. The
Yeah.
other thing. So, why not abide? Abide, like Anika said, is very, it's very formal. It's not used. Okay, it exists, but people don't use it. All right, but it's good that you know it, so you can understand it. All right. Any other words? So we've got tickets.
So we can also get some ideas from the picture here. So we can see a person waiting. So where is the place? What's the place called where people wait? Does anyone know?
Yeah.
Jari says, yes, in my city there is a train station. If there's only one, there is a train station. The name is Gare Partois. I'm not sure how to pronounce it
Yeah, I
properly,
don't
to be
speak
honest.
French either. Is it Gar?
Yeah.
I think it's Gar.
Yes.
Very good. Excellent.
Great.
Okay, so Mr. Sampatia, I usually go to the aeroplane to China. Okay. Or you can just say plane to China. Okay, so you don't get the train, you get an aeroplane instead.
Okay,
very good. All right. Okay, so does anyone?
Okay, so if you guys can think of the word for where the man is waiting, let us know, or we can just give them the word. So platform. So in the picture on the left that you can see, the person is waiting at the platform. Okay. So platform is where usually they have the yellow line. You cannot cross that yellow line. Okay.
Very good. And another important word, which is on the slide that you can see, is obviously the station. Okay, the train station. So
yeah. Okay. So maybe we can show them some words. So these are some other words that are related to trains. We have the words listed here on the left, and we have to match them with the photos on the right. So the words are train station, train, obviously, ticket, as Danielle mentioned before, ticket office, platform, return trip, and one way. Now, if you guys know the answers, please write the alphabets, A, B, C, etc., and the word. Okay, so let's see.
Okay.
So A is really easy. It's the vehicle itself.
Exactly. All right.
Or it could be confused with E. Is it the place where you
that's
find
true.
the vehicle?
Yeah. Okay.
So,
guys, we know there's a delay, so we'll wait a bit. Here we go. A, train. Yeah, I think A could be train.
Okay. Could be train or train station. We don't know yet.
Yeah. Okay, so keep
train
going.
Station.
Okay. Yeah, that's confusing. It's,
yeah.
But yes, Joris, we thought the same. We think it should say train. What about B?
I hope the picture is big enough for you guys to figure out. So this is the place where people are standing for, like, waiting for the train. Okay. So in the meantime, do you like taking the train, Danielle?
I do actually. Yeah, I like to take the train to other towns and other cities. And because in Milan we have Centrale, and it's a very good train station. You can get the train anywhere over, all across Italy. So I think we're very lucky. Yeah, I think it's a nice way to travel, and it's better for the environment than flying. So
absolutely, yeah.
Guys, you don't need to do them in order. Maybe you know C. What do you think C is?
Yeah. So if you don't know one, you can move on to the next.
Yeah, exactly.
Next picture.
And maybe we should go on then.
Yeah, so we can just give you the answer for B. So this is the platform. So there's some people here standing and waiting. They work in the train, so I guess they ride the train.
Yeah.
And we have C, so which Danielle mentioned before. It's what you need to get on the train, otherwise you'll get into trouble. Okay, so that's a ticket. Okay, or a train ticket. And D, so D, you can see just one arrow. So the object you can see that's like that is an arrow. So you cannot go the opposite direction. We call this one way.
Yeah.
So if you have a one-way ticket, for example, you can only go to that place and you don't have a return ticket, for
Yeah.
example.
Yeah.
Okay. So Mr. Sympathia says, I go to train for so I travel by train. Yeah. So when you talk about being on a train, you say I travel or take the
Or
train.
take
Yeah,
the
like Danielle
train.
mentioned. Yeah, take the train to go to my girlfriend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or to see my girlfriend. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, to see my girlfriend or to meet my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Okay, so girlfriend is one word.
Okay, that's nice. Very nice.
Very good.
And so Danielle, do you want to take the next picture?
Sure. So I think E, so this is a train as well. Like you said, Jonas, A could be train too. Okay. F, so this looks like it's inside somewhere. Yeah, so inside. So it might be a ticket office.
Yes.
Ticket office is the place you buy tickets. I guess nowadays you often buy your tickets. There is a ticket office, but maybe you use the machine instead. Yeah, maybe you don't need to talk to anyone.
Yeah, or even buy tickets online.
Yeah,
Just show the ticket on your phone.
Exactly. Okay, so the last one is return trip. Okay, so like a flight, so a one-way flight, you just go, or a return flight, you go and you come back.
Yeah,
Why
some
not a
people also
ticket?
call it. So I was just saying that some people also call it round trip.
Yeah.
Or
That's true.
when you get back to the place. So round trip could be the same as return trip. Okay. Also, at this level, some students sometimes confuse the letters A and E. So just as a side note, I just wanted to mention the first alphabet is A and the fifth alphabet is E. So I know in other languages they're like different. But yeah. Okay.
We've got a question here. Why not the ticket shop? It's just not called it. I don't know. It's just that's not what it's called. So don't have a reason.
Yeah. Well, shop, I think shop usually refers to a place where you go inside and check things around. Like when you buy clothes or when you buy a book, you can actually enter a shop and you look around and choose something. But for tickets, you don't do that. You just ask the person behind the counter for a ticket and you buy it. Okay. So it's better to say office and not really a shop.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's move on to some reading practice. So read and practice the conversation. So we are going to read this conversation and look at some really common expressions that you can use when buying a ticket. So maybe we can read it together. I could read the blue lines and Danielle can read the red ones.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so good morning.
Good morning. How can I help you?
Can I have 2 return tickets to Parma, please?
Yes, it's 20 euros.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Right.
Hey.
So, yeah, it's a simple conversation that you might have at the ticket
Mm-hmm.
office. Okay.
Yes, so very useful, very nice expressions here that you can use. How can I help you is really common when you want to know why someone is there. So you don't want to say, why are you here? Just say, how can I help you? So
Yeah.
even when you enter a shop or anywhere that you're there for a service or something, people you may hear people say, how can I help you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Please is also really nice and makes your conversation very polite. And remember that the response to thank you is you're welcome. Okay. So do you think we've missed anything here, Danielle? Is
No,
there
I
something you
don't
want to
think
add,
so.
maybe? Okay.
No, I
All
don't think
right.
so. Yeah.
So we're going to move on. So okay, the right side, this was supposed to be a practice for like students. So we can just keep that, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, guys, obviously you can't talk for these things to us, but at home, practice the conversations in your head. Okay. So if you read it to yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. That's
Okay,
perfect.
Mr. Sympathy is already practicing. Good.
Perfect. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay. So here we
So we have
have,
some more practice.
yeah, we have some more practice, and we have so the start of the question and the end of the question. You need to match them together. All right. So maybe if I read the first bits and Anika reads the second, yeah.
Okay.
Can I have a
Okay.
up? Where is up? I'd like up. Please can I?
Okay. And on the right, we have some information. One-way ticket, platform 6. A return ticket, please.
Right. So, what do you think belongs with which? Maybe write them to us.
Yeah. I think you know. I think you guys are really good at this.
Yeah, I think you know as well.
So platform, the word really reminds me of platform 9 3/4 from Harry Potter.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so
Yeah.
platform 6. Have you ever bought a one-way ticket on a plane or a train, Anika?
Um, well, I have bought, yeah, lots of times, I think. So I bought my first one-way ticket when I went to Malaysia. That was like 13 years ago. And I bought my one-way ticket to Rome from Malaysia about 6 years ago. And what about you, Danielle? Have you ever bought a one-way ticket?
Yeah, so I bought a one-way ticket from Australia to London when I moved there. Yeah, I'm
Nice.
this every
How
time
long
I
ago?
moved country. 11 years ago. 11 years ago.
Cool.
Yeah, and I bought a one-way ticket to Milan. Yeah, when you move countries, I guess that's what you
Yes.
do, isn't it?
Or cities, I guess. I have bought a one-way train ticket from Rome to Milan because I used to
Yeah.
live in Rome. Yeah.
Okay. Very nice. All right, so we've got some good answers here. Can I have a one-way ticket?
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Excellent. So where is platform 6? Perfect.
Great.
Very good, Jonas. Or Jonas. I'd like. What about this one? These last two. These might be a bit tricky.
Hmm.
Ah,
So
well done.
I'd like is a very useful and useful phrase. So good job, Joris. I'd like a return ticket, please. So I'd like, I think, is a very nice expression to remember because sometimes students say I want, but want can sound very direct. So instead,
Yeah.
I'd like is more polite to say.
Yeah.
Right.
So when you go to a bar or a restaurant and you say what you want to eat or drink, you say, I'd like.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I'd like a coffee and things like that. No, obviously, the last one would be, please, can I have some information?
Perfect. Very good, Jonas. Perfect.
Great. Okay, so that's about it here, and so maybe we can move on.
Mm-hmm.
So here it says, what's the magic word? So the magic word is please. So it's a magic word because please makes your conversation really polite. Um, and thank you is followed by you're welcome.
Yeah.
Okay, you're
Yeah.
welcome.
Yeah. I feel like when you go to a new country, there are 3 words you should always, I always learn those 3 words and hello and goodbye.
Yeah. Yeah. These are really common ones. So at least we can get by in a country with some
Yeah.
information, whatever you need. Okay. So, um, I'm sorry. So we have some more vocabulary here to look at. So trains, okay, we have already talked about these words
Yeah.
before, I believe. So we
Yeah.
can just move forward, I guess. So here we have a dialogue, and we have to put them in order. Okay, so it says, put the dialogue between the ticket agent and the customer in the right order. Right. So Danielle, do you want to read them out loud? And then
So
we're going to put them in order.
number one, you're welcome. Have a good day. Number 2, good afternoon. I'd like some information, please. Number 3, of course. How can I help you? Number 4, it's £10.90. Number 5, thank you. 6, it's at 6:30. 7, how much is the ticket? And 8, what time is the train to Cambridge? All right. So we've got 8 sentences or questions. You need to put them in order. All right. So might be a bit tricky. Just write the order to us. Just write the numbers. So for example, 2, 3, 5, 8, etc., etc. Okay. It might take you a little while for you to do.
Yes. And in the meantime, maybe we can talk about some important points here. So, for example, we can see a time in number 6. So 6:30, like Danielle said. So there are different ways to tell time, to be honest. So some people prefer to say 6:30 p.m. or you may want to say 6:30 or 6:30. Some people would say 6:30. Okay. So now, for example, it's exactly 7:30 or 7:30. Okay.
Okay, so Joris thinks the first one is. Oh, here we go. Massimo's got some. Very good. Okay, guys, let's let's have a look. So let's do Massimo's first. So Massimo's saying the first one. So 28674. Okay. And Joris says 238674. Okay, so there's one little difference. Okay, let's see. So you're both right. Number 2.
Yeah.
I'd like some
Good
information.
morning. Good afternoon. I'd like some information. So the second one in line is, of course, how can I help you?
Yeah, so number 3. Well done, Joris. Yeah. Number 8. Yeah, so number 8, Joris, this is more, this is a specific question. So it's a bit later.
Oh, yes. So instead, okay. So up until now we have 2, 3, 8, and so you guys have said 6 should come next. So 6 it's at 6:30. So yeah, it makes sense because you're asking about the time. So it's at 6:30. Another thing to remember here is the preposition at, which is used always before time.
Yeah. Okay. So it's I'll meet you at 10 a.m. The class starts at 7 p.m. Massimo says he's going to play these numbers at lottery. Tell us if you win.
Okay.
Okay, very good. And so next, both of you say 7.
Okay.
Makes sense.
So how many? Yeah, absolutely.
Very good.
Yeah, and then next you guys are saying 4.
Yeah, okay, excellent.
So let me. So 4, yes, it's 10 pounds 90. Great. And then you guys are saying 5. So 5, which is thank you. All right, so well done. And obviously the last part is you're welcome. Have a good day. Okay, it's a good job, guys.
Yeah, excellent work.
Yeah. All right. So another thing just to mention very quickly is when you greet someone, when you see them for the first time, you say good afternoon. But when you're leaving, then you say have a good day, have a good evening. Okay. So when you are leaving, when you're saying goodbye, you use have a, and when you see someone, it's without have a. Okay. So if you guys have any questions at this point, please let us know. Okay.
Yeah. Mr. Sympathy is saying, Massimo, if you win, you need to share the money. Yeah, I agree.
Me too. Sharing is caring.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're going to move on to our next task here. What time is the train to these places, different cities here? So what time is the train to? So this is a very typical question you ask when you want to buy a ticket somewhere, ticket to a place. So what time is the train? And to, the preposition should be to and the city itself. And when you talk about time, you say it's. Okay, so even if you just say what time is it now, you start with saying it's. Okay, it's at. Okay, so you use at when you talk about some time in the past or the future. Okay, so it's at 8 a.m. Yeah, so you wouldn't use at for now. Okay, so it's 7:35 now, but the train is at 8 a.m. Yeah. Go to platform 7. So another preposition to remember here, to is used with verbs that show like a movement in a direction, like going to. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, that's a good point. So after go, it's all it's always to. you go to somewhere. So I go to the shops. I go to Australia. I go to Rome. I go to Anika's house. It's always to. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Massimo here says fingers crossed. So I think it should be crossed with an ED.
Yeah. Well done. That's good. That's really good that you know that. Yeah. So yeah, fingers crossed. Good. Hopefully. Yeah, you hope for something. Okay.
Yeah.
So now, here we have some of cities, some lovely cities all over the world. Helsinki, Paris, London, Florence, San Francisco, Amsterdam, Budapest. And so we need to find out what time the train goes to these places and on which platform.
So I think we have a table later on. Okay, so we have the destinations here. So destination is a word that means the place where you would like to go. The time of departure. To depart is to leave. Normally you use this word for vehicles or buses, trains, and planes. So you don't really say depart when you're just leaving the office or the house. So you will often see departure in the airport. And we have the platform number. Okay. We have the train number as well. So train number, they all start with my yes. Train number, destination, depart, what time they depart at, and platform. So we're going to practice asking and answering the questions we had before. So feel free to also practice, like you can write them down. What was the question you asked? And what's the typical answer? So follow the table to give us an answer. So maybe we can demonstrate an example in a ticket office. So maybe I could be the customer and Danielle could be like the person in the ticket office.
Yep.
So hello.
Hello, how can I help you?
I'd like to have a ticket. I'd like to buy a ticket to Paris, please.
Paris. Okay. So the train to Paris departs at midday or 12 p.m.
Right. And which platform does it leave from?
It leaves from platform 1B.
All right. Thank you for the information.
You're welcome.
Okay.
All right. So now, if you write to us a very short conversation about another place. So, for example, what time does the train, or what time is the train to Florence?
So I would say the train to Florence is at, it's too small for me to see, is at 3 p.m. Okay, sorry, 3 in the afternoon.
And which platform?
And it leaves from platform 4.
Yeah. Okay.
So another point I would like to mention about time is the 12-hour clock. So I know that in Italian, probably also in French, I'm not sure, people use the 24-hour clock, but in English you would say 3 o'clock and not 15 o'clock. That's not correct. So we go until 12 and then it becomes 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock again.
Yeah, exactly. So, and Mr. Sympathia, yeah, I'd like the train to go Vienna, nearly. Very good. This is probably better.
Go to Vienna, yeah.
I'd like to buy a ticket to Vienna. Very good, though. Excellent.
Yeah.
Someone else?
Yeah, just give it a try. Don't be afraid
Yeah.
to make mistakes.
No, that's what you're here for, is to make mistakes.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
Which of these cities have you? Oh, here we go. Okay, very good, Jonas.
Okay, what is the time to, okay. What time is the train to Budapest?
Mhm.
Okay, what time is the train to Budapest? I think it's just a typo, but it's
Yeah.
at 9:30, right? So Jaris, be careful because before time you always say at, not to. So to is used for when you have a direction to go somewhere. And for time, a past or future time, you say at. So it's at 9 a.m. and it leaves from platform 8.
Yeah. Okay, very good. Excellent work, Jonas. Just some little things. In
Mm.
English, the little words like at, for, in, right? These are very difficult because their meaning is not clear. Okay, so it takes lots of practice. Also, something I'll point out. So, Jonas, you said he leaves. So, in English, we use it if it's a thing. We use he for a man, she for a woman, and if it's a thing like a train, a plane, a car, we say it. All right. Okay, what have we got, Massimo? The train to Amsterdam. Yep, we'll say is at 10:30 and it leaves from platform 1. Very good. Very good, yeah. Yep. So I would just say instead, one little change. Train to
Oh, sorry.
No, good. Thank you.
Okay.
Very good.
Also,
Yeah.
previously, Mr. Sympathia also said Vienna is very expensive.
Yeah, it is expensive.
So I think it's just
Typo.
a typo. So you don't need an S, you say EXPE. Expensive.
Very good.
Nice.
Okay. Have you been, guys who are writing to us, have you been to these cities before? Okay, tell us if you've been to them and if you like them. Anika, which cities have you
Oh, I'm
been
sorry.
to?
Yeah, so I haven't been to many of them. I have only been to Florence on this list. I still have a lot of traveling to do. What about you? Have you been to any of these places?
Yeah, I've been to a few of them. I've been to Budapest, Amsterdam, Paris, Florence, and Vienna. I haven't been. I really want to go to Helsinki, but not yet. Hopefully next year.
Nice.
Okay.
And
Very good.
which city did you like the best?
I don't know. They're all different. I do like Paris, and I like
Hard to
Budapest as
say, I
well.
guess.
Yeah, they're all different. Shall we go on?
Yeah, so we have 5 minutes left almost. So we're gonna review some of the things we talked about here.
Just before we do, sorry, Anika. One more. Yeah, Jaris, well done. What
Should I go
time
back?
is the train to Florence? I think it's okay. It's at 15 p.m. and it leaves from platform 4. Very good. Just one thing, like Anika said. So we don't use a 24-hour clock. So we'll say it's at 3 p.m. Okay, so we stop at 12 and we start again at the time.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, telling time can be sometimes confusing. So, for example, at this now, right now, it's 7:45. Okay, and not 19. 7:45 p.m. or 7:45 in the evening. Okay, so we have more examples coming in here. So I'm gonna go back a little bit before we move on. So Mr. Simpatia says, what time is the train to Madrid? Great. And what time is it?
It's not there, so you
So the
can
train.
make it up.
Okay. So train to Madrid could be, yeah, 8 o'clock or anything. So we have a quick review of what we talked about today. So these are really common expressions you can use, not just at the train station, but anywhere really. So you could use some of them in a shop or in at a bank to find information. So here is a nice list of the things to remember here. So to greet somebody to start a conversation, you often say hello, hi, or good morning. So depending on the time of the day, it could be good afternoon, good evening. And so the second sentence here is hello, how can I help you? Really common here. So when you want to know how what the person really needs. Also, it can be useful on a telephone conversation. So if you want to call the bank for some information, you'll hear this. What time is the train to? Mhm. So what time is the train to? And then you put the name of the place. What time is the train to Madrid? Just like Mr. Simpatia said. It's at. So again, remember the preposition at is very useful for time. Um, and we also said before that at is used for places as well, very commonly. So at the station, just like the topic of today, let's meet at the station, let's meet at the supermarket, but also for time. Um, so next questions are really common. I'd like, for example, I'd like a ticket to Paris, or can I have a ticket to Paris? Okay, very polite expressions. Um, it will be even more polite if you use the word please. So I'd like a ticket to Paris, please. Can I have a ticket to Paris, please? And then you have, of course, it's a very enthusiastic yes. It's a big yes, of course. Yeah, why not? Okay, of course. Let's not exaggerate. So it's, again, I don't know, it's at 6 p.m. something. Where is the platform? Okay, so you want to know what number it is. The platform number is, for example, 7 or 9 3/4. Thank you. And the response to thank you would be, you're welcome. Okay. So here's a question. Do you know Mr. Simpatia? Well, I don't, to be honest.
No.
I imagine maybe it's is this a movie character or something?
Yeah, no, I'm not too sure. Anyway, we're quite curious to know who Mr. Sympathy is. Okay, well, well done, guys. You did really well. It was a very interactive. Massimo knows the
Okay.
answer. Okay.
Ah, that's nice. Very creative.
It's an alter ego. Wow, good word. Alter
Oh,
ego. Yeah. The
yeah.
singer. Very good. Okay. It's a
Okay.
nice little, a nice different, it's like your screen name, right? Like a different identity.
Yeah.
Uh, okay, guys. Well done. You did very well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll have to leave it there. So we'll see you next time on the next webinar. And have a good week and hope you're all well.
Bye. Have a good
Yeah.
evening.
See you guys. Bye.
Bye.